Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Josiah here, back with another video. I do apologize if it is just a little bit difficult to see me. Okay, but today I'm gonna be talking about uh, my lifeguarding certificate experience, and we're gonna do a little bit of a bonus, and that bonus is what's inside my lifeguard fanny pack that I'm gonna take to me with work every single time I go there. So a little bit about my experience with the updated 2026 American Red Cross lifeguard certificate is I actually really recommend if you go to a pool near you and swim before your first day, just to make sure that you can swim. You don't have to be a good swimmer to be a good lifeguard. You just have to be a smart person to be a lifeguard. Basically, what it consists of is they change it from a 300-yard lap swim to now a 200-yard swim. And that's without stopping. You cannot stop whatsoever. It consists of depending on what your instructor does, it's going to be either you have to do 100 yards of freestyle, and then 100 yards of breaststroke. And some instructors allow either or. But the one that I got, you had to do both of them. And then they basically combine two prerequisites into one. So instead of the old 300-yard swim and then tread water, it's now called what we call a swim, tread, swim sequence. So now it's you swim 150 yards, tread water without using your hands for 2 seconds. Not 2 seconds, 2 minutes. And you either can put your hands in the air by your side or under your armpits like that, and tread water using only your legs for 2 minutes. And then you gotta swim 50 yards again. Next, you have to do something called the timed event, which basically the timed event is a brick dive. It's a little black 10-pound brick because a victim in the water is usually going to be 10 pounds. So it's a little 10-pound brick. The instructor is going to walk 20 yards. And then they're going to throw the brick in the pool. It's going to sink to about 7 feet. And then you have to jump in, swim to it, swim down to it, rescue it, put it on your chest, and then swim back. You have to do that within, believe, a minute and 30 seconds. And the lap swim, the first thing that I talked about, depending on your instructor, my instructor had a 5-minute time limit for that. Technically 7 minutes in total, but 2 minutes was from the tread. So you had 5 minutes to swim 200 yards, which I passed. I'm a certified lifeguard, so I passed that. But some lifeguard instructors say you don't have a time limit. So just be aware of that. And once you do all that, you pass the prerequisites. After you pass the prerequisites, depending on your instructor, I'm going to talk about what happened specifically with me, because I really don't know any other instructors and their classes or courses on what they do. I'm going off based on what I did, okay? So what I did after I did the prerequisites was a 10-hour day of learning on land first aid and CPR and AED for 10 hours. You learn how to deal with a choking victim, cardiac arrests, CPR, AED. You learn what to do if somebody's passed out and butt breathing, or somebody who's passed out and has no pulse and not breathing. Just stuff like that. It's a whole 10-hour day of that. And then the next day, it's a 2-day certificate of in-person. You got to complete 16 tests online before you show up to the first day of your in-person lifeguard training. It's what we call a BL, which is blended learning. So it's online and in person. So you gotta complete the online first, and then it's your 20 hours of in person. So the next 10 hours, or day 2, it's gonna be all in water. So learning how to jump in the water using the 3 techniques, which is compact jump, stride jump, and slide entry. You're going to learn how to do all that, and then you're going to learn how to rescue somebody from the pool, how to do that safely and efficiently and quickly. Then you're going to learn how to get somebody out of the water who is submerged, who is passive and active, which passive means they're passed out in the water, active means they're an active drowner. And some people don't really understand this. Distressed swimmers. That means somebody who is swimming but is not drowning, just making no progress in the water. So they're really trying to swim, but they just cannot do it. They're staying in one place and they cannot swim. That's called a distressed swimmer, and you have to look out for those people too. Okay? So, and after every single day, there's going to be a skills test. So basically what you learned, you have to show your instructor they actually understood it with a skills test. So after you do all that, you take a test, and it's anywhere from 50 to 100 questions, and you have to get an 80% on it to pass. If you actually fail one of the tests, you get another test, and if you pass that one, you pass the whole thing. Or you can just take one test, pass it, and you're done. I think I covered everything. Let me think on anything that I need to say. I'll be right back. Sorry for all the background noise. It's my cat, so if you hear any background noise, it's my cat. Yes. I believe that I covered everything. If I didn't, I apologize, but I believe I did. Bonus! There's that cat again. Bonus! What is in my personal lifeguard fanny pack? Well, here it is. Yeah, there's... Can you guys see? Hold on. Let me see if I can scoot up closer. Just give you a little bit up close. This is my, can you guys see? It looks a little bit dark in here. This is my lifeguard fanny pack. Let's improvise. This is my lifeguard fanny pack. Shoot. 1 second. Okay, I tried to make it a little bit brighter in here, and I don't know if that's any better or not. This is my lifeguard fanny pack. I'm going to be up close. So, in this pouch, as you can see right here, it says CPR resuscitator mask. Adult, child, and infant. I don't know if you can see that. That's what it says. So if we open it up, here's the adult one, and here's the child one. Sorry about that. Just you're gonna have to bear with me. So, and also in here I have the mouthpieces that go on there, because it's really pointless if you don't have that mouthpiece on there. And the good thing about these are they're one-way valve masks, so I can blow into it. But if you listen, when I try to suck the air up, it will close. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it's a one-way valve mask, so if you're doing this on somebody and they wake up and throw up, it's not gonna go through there. So I'll actually try to blow out, and you guys can tell that there's no air coming. Well, there is air coming, but that's just because it has to go somewhere. It's not coming out of here. It's gonna be hard to show, but there's where the air is actually coming out of is there's a little. Let me get one that's not really fogged up. I have multiple in here just in case. So this is not really fogged up. If you use it, it's gonna look like this, a little bit fogged up. See how it's gonna get fogged up. There's a clean one, so you can see the difference. So, where that air is actually coming out of, place this down. If you look right here, I don't know if you can see that. There's a little slit. That's where the vomit and puke is gonna come out of. But it's not gonna come up out of here into your mouth. It's gonna come out of here. And the reason why that's there is because if I was throwing up and there wasn't that there, I'm just gonna be swallowing it. If I was the victim. And this is gonna look a little bit weird. I'll go ahead and use the one that I just used. But it's gonna be the same concept for the infant one. And air cannot come out. But the same, if I was to throw up, it would come out of there. So that is what is inside of the resuscitation pocket. And I added a lot to this. I made this fanny pack personal. So I added personal items in here to make it better. So in this cross pouch, I keep gloves. These are XL gloves. These are XL gloves because that's my size. I'm technically 2X, but nobody carries those. That's all in that pocket. Next, I'm going to move to the first aid pocket, which is the one on top. This is the first aid pocket. So first, if somebody needs a band-aid, I'm not going to pull out a first aid. Well, you'll see in a second. But I'll just get this out if somebody needs a band-aid. And if like it's kind of open a little bit, I got prep pads to disinfect. And then I got a whole, oh shoot, it fell out. A lot just fell out. But I got a whole tub of Band-Aids. This is my first aid kit in here. Same pouch. First aid kit. So if somebody needs a Band-Aid, I'm not going to be digging in here searching for one, even though I do have backup Band-Aids in here. Excuse me. I'm not going to be pulling everything out of here, but I can just give you a general thing of what's in here. I have a tourniquet in here, a triangle bandage, gauze, Q-tips. If I said it already, I don't remember or not. I have a tourniquet, more alcohol prep pads, sting relief, more Band-Aids, gauze, antiseptic wipes, which antiseptic wipes are different from alcohol prep pads. The antiseptic wipes have no alcohol in them. It's basically just soap and water. And tweezers, gauze rolls, tape, medical tape, and safety pins. That's basically what I got in there. So that was the first aid pouch. Now it's time for the back pouch, which in here I only keep 2 items. So in here first I keep trauma shears. These are by Ascension St. No. Yes, these are by Ascension St. Vincent Emergency Services. So they're professional emergency shears. I keep this in here just in case if I need to cut somebody's swimsuit off. Yes. Because like if they have an injury on their leg, I'm just going to cut it off, okay? I'm not wasting my time. And yes, people's clothes get cut all the time. Don't worry about it. And then I got an emergency blanket. So if somebody's cold, hot, something like that, hypothermia, hypothermia, hyper and hypothermia, that'll help them with whatever they need. Thank you guys for watching my video. Again, I apologize if it's kind of difficult to see in here. Bear with me. But that's a little bit of my experience. And what's in my lifeguard fanny pack. I'll see you guys next video. And happy St. Patrick's Day.